The night it all started, I hadn't even planned on looking at my phone. Emily, my fiancée, was out celebrating her bachelorette party with her friends, and I wanted to give her space, let her have fun without me hovering over every move. Then, unexpectedly, one of her bridesmaids, someone I'd always trusted, sent me a message containing a short, unsteady video. The text underneath read, "You deserve to know before it's too late." My stomach dropped instantly. My hands trembled as I hit play. The footage showed Emily, her white bride-to-be sash draped across her like a banner, pulling a man close in the middle of a crowded club. Their kiss was intense, as if it had been building for weeks. The worst part, her friends' shocked faces in the background, some even crying. This wasn't a drunken mistake, it was deliberate, almost performative. I just froze. That very morning, Emily had looked me in the eyes and said, "I can't wait to marry you, Daniel. You're the best thing that ever happened to me." And now I was staring at irrefutable proof that those words were lies. Sleep abandoned me. All night I replayed the video repeatedly until it etched itself permanently into my mind. Each viewing deepened the ache. My thoughts spun out of control. Was this the first time, or had it happened before? Were her friends aware of her deception all along? Was I merely a placeholder until something or someone better came along? But as hours passed, my despair hardened into resolve. If she could betray me like this on the night meant to celebrate our future, she didn't deserve silent forgiveness. She deserved consequences. By sunrise, my path was clear. Emily stumbled through the door at 9 a.m., sunglasses shielding her red puffy eyes, makeup smeared, hair disheveled. She tossed her bag on the couch and tried to act casual. "Morning, babe. Last night was wild," she said with a weak laugh. I simply stared, my jaw tight. "Yeah, looks like you had fun," I replied, my tone flat. She blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" I leaned in, locking eyes with her. "You really don't remember what you did?" Her face drained of color beneath the makeup. "I just danced. Had a few drinks," she stammered. I pulled out my phone, pressed play, and let the room fill with the sound of her own laughter, followed by the unmistakable sound of her kissing a stranger as if I didn't exist. Her hand shot out, desperate to snatch the phone, but I pulled it back. She began to babble. "Daniel, please. It wasn't just a dare, a stupid game. It didn't mean anything." Her excuses only fueled my fury. A dare meant to make it fun. Betrayal packaged as a joke. Her shoulders slumped, tears welling. "It was a mistake. It won't happen again. Please don't ruin everything. The wedding is tomorrow. Our families." That's when I realized the truth. To her, the real problem wasn't the betrayal. It was the risk of being caught. She wasn't sorry for what she did. She was worried about exposure. I stood, walked past her trembling figure, and said, my voice icy, "You've already ruined everything." Emily clung to me the night before, trembling fingers gripping my arm. "Daniel, think about us. We can move past this. Don't let one mistake ruin our future," she begged, eyes wide and desperate. But my decision was final. She thought she could cheat and still walk down the aisle. She was about to learn just how wrong she was. Tomorrow wouldn't be her dream day. It would be the day her lies collapsed in front of everyone. On the wedding day, tension hung heavy in the air. Bridesmaids bustled in pastel dresses. Her mother fussed over last-minute details. Emily drifted through it all with a brittle smile, one that didn't reach her eyes. Beneath the surface, I could see the fear. "You didn't tell anyone, right? We can still fix this," she whispered whenever she could. I remained unnervingly calm, which terrified her more than any anger ever could. When the ceremony began, the guests fell silent as Emily walked down the aisle, radiant to everyone else, but to me a picture of hypocrisy. As the officiant spoke, my turn arrived. Emily offered a small, hopeful smile, expecting loving vows. Instead, I reached into my pocket, pulled out a small remote, aimed it at the projector, and pressed play. Gasps echoed through the room. The same video that had shattered me now played for every guest to see. Emily, wrapped in her sash, kissing another man, as if our vows were meaningless. Her laughter rang out like a cruel echo. Her bouquet slipped from her hands, her face crumbled. "Daniel, stop, please," she cried, stumbling toward me. I stepped back, calm. This is who you really are. You wanted me to marry you under false pretenses, but I won't. Today isn't the start of our life together, it's the end of this lie." Guests murmured. Her parents looked away. Bridesmaids stared at the floor. Emily sank to her knees, sobbing, veil spilling around her like a shroud. I took the ring from my pocket, held it momentarily, then placed it on the altar. I deserve better than someone who betrays me before the wedding even begins. Consider this ceremony cancelled. With that, I turned and walked away, leaving her crumpled in front of the very people she'd tried so hard to impress. By morning, she wasn't celebrating a marriage. She was facing humiliation, exposure, and the collapse of everything she thought she had secured. And I walked away lighter, free, finally in control of my own life.